Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Safe Space podcast by iSafe Global. And my name is Ibukunwa Adio, and here with me is my colleague
Patricia Njoko.
Thank you so much for joining us today on this session. Yes, we are back with another episode, and today we're going to be talking about safety in the face of insecurity in Nigeria. And we're hoping to have a very, very interesting and enlightening conversation regarding this. So we want to talk of, first of all, start with insecurity, right? We are aware that it affects different groups of people in different ways at different levels. So from your perspective, how is the current situation of insecurity affecting an ordinary Nigerian, particularly children and young people?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me this day. And this topic is it's coming right in time because at this point, we've just been hearing different news, different stories. You go to social media these days, in fact, you're just traumatized.
Yeah.
You just see a lot of, you're just trying to understand the one that happened yesterday. You are hearing another one today, so these days I'm just very scared of going to social media. Sorry to say that, because I hardly hear good news, particularly this period. It has just been, Oyo State, there's kidnap. What's it called? Different states. Kebbi State, Borno, you just keep hearing different stories every day. There's bandits here, there's kidnapping here, there's this, oh no. And the craziest part is that they are not looking at maybe they kidnap one wealthy or one rich or influential person, or I'm not saying that there are people worth kidnapping or you really need to be affected by this, but no one is exempted at this point. You hear the rich, the poor, a child, adults, irrespective of age, irrespective of gender, irrespective of your influence, your background, the community where you are, the city, it does not matter. So this insecurity issue is just everywhere and it's affecting everyone, particularly here in Nigeria. So it's more like nowhere is safe and no one is safe.
Yes, the constant fear.
Exactly. So people are scared even to go about their daily activities, to go to work, because it can even happen any time of the day. It could be in the morning, afternoon, at night. So no time of the day. Back in the years, at night you're rushing to get home before it gets dark. But this time, even during the day, you still need to rush. Even when you rush home, anything can still happen, even at home.
At your home, yes.
So nowhere is safe. We are just at the mercy of God this time.
Yes. Now, to focus on a particular category of people, children, right? They are often the indirect victims and direct victims of insecurity now. And most of the time, we just see that they take them as children, or any terrible thing is happening to them as children. So because they are children, we might not really see that this is the impact of what is going on them, right? So what are the less visible effects that insecurity has on children? Their education, their mental health, their future opportunities, and their development as a whole.
It's crazy.
What is crazy? It's crazy.
That's the thing. It's just crazy. I can't just figure out, recently. In fact, let me say, the last time we heard about children being kidnapped during the Chibok girls some years back, about 200 and something girls were kidnapped, and for a very long time, we didn't hear anything. We didn't, we're just hearing stories. They have not been released and all of that, We're just thinking, okay, such would have been, let me say, is it addressed or something?
Yes.
But the reoccurrence,
yes,
the recent reoccurrence has really triggered a lot of, not just myself, a lot of Nigerians. Okay, now let's even go beyond the fact that children are kidnapped these days. Let's even say their parents. So whichever way this issue of insecurity. I'm using kidnapping because that is the common.
Yes, that's the common
insecurity issue we have right now.
Yes.
Right? That does not mean there are not other areas of insecurity.
Yes.
But let me focus on this kidnapping because that's the in thing now. Let me use the word. So, if a child's parent is kidnapped, for instance, the effect on the child
is a lot.
Is a lot.
Yeah.
Right? A child being separated from the parents for a period of time. Let's even say parents traveling normally. Sometimes the children miss them, oh mommy, but at least they can communicate over the phone, how are you doing and all of that. But in this case, sometimes you can't even speak to your child. You're separated from your child, and then this child is just there missing the parents, and maybe people around and say, don't worry, they can even lie to the child, oh, you want me traveled or something. But then the child is not able to express the way he or she feels about such issue. Now, talking about the child being kidnapped,
that's like a whole different ball game.
It's the craziest thing. Like the issue of this recent kidnapping in Oyo State, where
a 2-year-old was kidnapped.
Yes, Christiana. You know, I saw the list with their age. I saw 2 years, I saw 3 years, and I'm like, wow.
Yes, it's
crazy.
It's like we're digging our own hole.
Do you get? So I was like, this 2-year-old should be wearing diaper.
Yes.
I think
yes, 2 years old, yes, should be wearing diapers.
Do you understand?
Yes.
And now you kid, oh my God. I like, in fact, so when I was just looking at the whole thing over the social media, in my mind I was like, what? How would these children feel? This is childhood trauma. Because even if they come out of that situation, you know, alive,
their childhood has been taken away from them.
It has, because that memory
is there
for as long as they live. Even in adulthood, it will continue to affect them. Those gunshots, those triggers, those beating under the rain, in the sun, sometimes at night when I'm sleeping and it's raining, oh, my heart goes out to the bush. I don't know where they are, or the forest. How would these children be? They're under this rain. You know, if it is sun, they'll be under the sun. And then my heart also goes out to, because I could also see some of the children that may be of age, maybe to see their menstruation. In fact, on World Menstrual Hygiene Day, I was just thinking in my mind, how would these children, maybe those ones that are seeing their periods, and even the teachers are also female that will be seeing their periods, how are they coping? They provide this bandits or whatever they are.
Even in the prisons, there are not enough pads.
So you're even talking of prison. Even in our real life,
there's no enough
period
pads.
poverty. People cannot even afford sanitary pads. They're not talking of those in the bush. Not like they have water to wash well. How do they feed? How do they sleep? These children that their parents, you know, do everything for. Now they are just at the mercy of kidnappers. And I saw one where the hand of the child was tied to the back and all of that. And I keep seeing this principal, the school principal that comes online to speak and all of that. This is just one out of so many children that have been kidnapped. It's just that this one in Oyo State, you know, made a lot of rounds. You know, people heard about it so well, and it circulated all over. But there are a lot of several unreported cases. Or even some that, you know, maybe so covered that we may not even see it.
You know, we had spoken about insecurity, and you said there are a lot of different cases. So a lot of people might think that insecurity is only kidnapping.
Yeah, exactly.
Like it's only kidnapping. Are there any other source of insecurity that people need to know about?
Well, there are actually a lot of insecurity cases here in Nigeria, right? This Nigeria, this is my country. We are all in this.
Yes.
It's just that the kidnapping has just become very, very obvious and, you know, everywhere. You know, even for us here at ISAVE, we continue to advocate for safety. The girl child is not safe there. There are issues of maybe rape. There are issues of criminal activities, trafficking. There are a lot of issues, you know, that people are involved in. Fraud. There are scammers out there. There are people, you know, just highway robbers. In fact, I think they are countless. There are a lot of them, and they are still happening. As a matter of fact, so many persons are even hiding under this issue of kidnapping to also commit other crimes.
Yes.
Right? I was seeing on social media recently where someone planned her own kidnap. Is that crazy?
Okay,
Yes.
that's another level of.
Do you get?
Yeah.
It's weird. And then they were not, she made the plan with, I think, her lover or something. And then those ones were not calling her family. This is a mother that has children. They were not calling her family to send 50 million naira. And the children came online to beg for money. And my mother has been kidnapped. At the end of the day, police had to trace, the number to see that they were actually in a hotel chilling. Oh my God.
That's like a lot.
Do you get?
Wow.
So, but why? How? And then the craziest part again is that even these people that commit this crime, like these bandits, they are all over there, social media, TikTok, they are on live, going on live on TikTok, and you see people
collecting money,
giving giveaway.
I don't even know, like,
that's the height of it.
It is well.
And then I saw some Nigerians commenting some things.
Yes, like, how can I join you?
How can I join you?
Yes, I saw that.
Is it making like?
It doesn't make any sense.
Oh no, it doesn't make.
But I think one thing that we keep forgetting is we are what we make.
Exactly.
Like, I remember speaking to a friend, and this particular friend said that we put this leader there, we made them, we allowed them. So our next generation, some of them are going to come from those people that were kidnapped, those people that were traumatized. And I think if God's grace is not upon their life, they will do worse. So what then do we do?
Okay, I don't know. What then do we do? Let me speak to that. Beyond the fact that we may put the blame, or so much of the blame, on our leaders, right? We still have
a lot of work
to do, and we have our parts, right? Just like we have what's it called, voters registration going on. Go get your PVC. Everybody is saying go get your PVC and all. I remember in 2023, after that election, I told myself that I will never vote again in Nigeria. But the same me is now advocating now for people to go get their PVC, because I must vote in 2027.
2027.
Do you get? So no matter the experience I had in 2023, because it was so crazy, I risked my life and a whole lot, right? But thank God I survived it. So that's why I'm even speaking. But I must still vote in 2027. So let's go and get our PVCs. And not just getting it, vote.
At this point, it's not even protect yourself. There's no sensitization you want to do. Like, I want questions that I can even ask are like, how do you think we can protect ourselves? How do you think we can help ourselves? But at this point, we are beyond.
Because back in the days they say go back, it's late, so by 6 a.m. leave wherever you are, start going home.
But now,
even 3 p.m. anything can happen anywhere.
So the solution
even if you're at home, during the day,
in fact,
anything can happen.
So the solution is, please go get your PVC. That's your form of safety right now.
And there's a deadline to that, please. So we don't just say, I didn't know. I think they said July 10th. I don't know if they will extend it.
Okay.
But for now, let's work with that deadline. Go get your PVC. And if the location where you register your former one is very far, maybe you've moved, please change your location now on INEC portal. You can do that and get a better place that is closer to you.
Okay, so but then within ourselves as a community, right? Like, because we know that we just addressed that insecurity is not only at kidnapping. Although now we have kidnapping that is at national level, because what the kidnappers want is from the government. There are other different types of insecurity. So how then can we help our children to navigate this anxiety? For instance, situation of rape, sensitizing the girl child, and all of those things. So how can we create a safer, or how can we help children navigate this?
Okay, so this is part of what we do here in iSave. In fact, that's what we stand for, right? Inspiring safer communities. For vulnerable group, particularly women and girls. Now, speaking, for instance, the issue of rape, For us at ISA, we continue to go to communities, we go to schools, we raise awareness, we use our social media platforms, we lend our voices, we do referrals, we do collaborations, we organize programs, we do a whole lot. And then beyond that, we train young people with skills like safety skills.
Yes, martial arts.
Our martial arts program where we empower girls with these safety skills, not to become bullies, right? Or to know how to fight or something. It's for self-defense, because of course the best form of self-defense, like we always say, is escape. If you can find your way, escape. But when you're in such a situation that no one is there to help you or save you, at least there are some basic things or basic techniques that you need to apply to at least help yourself at that point in time. That is what we do here. And of course, you can contact us to find more about how to register or how to have us come to your community, to your school, or to your organization to train young girls as little as 7 years. We can train them on self-defense skills. Yes, because even these days they rape children.
Yes,
a year old, 3 years, 4 years,
months old. Yes, I think I've seen a case of month old.
So that is it. Those are some of the ways or some of the things we do in iSave. And then we also call on other people, individuals, to lend their voices. You know, if you see something, say something, right? If there's an insecurity within you, or maybe you see someone vulnerable, don't just hide or shrink. If you can lend your voice, go ahead and do that. If you have the power to save that person, please go ahead. If you cannot, raise an alarm, call a number. Unfortunately, we may not really have emergency numbers, so to say, or rapid response. But at least there are areas you may assist, call the police. That's why it's even important you have the contact of various police stations, maybe that are near you or something, people that can support in anywhere, but shall do something. Don't just keep quiet. And injustice to one, they say, is injustice to all.
Yes. So we're about to round up and come to the close of this episode. The next question I want to ask is not even like, I'll say, do we have any hope? Because I want to ask us, looking ahead, what gives you hope? And what actions do you think that stakeholders can do differently to build safer and secure communities for the future generation? Is that question?
Well, it's actually a question. And trust me, we can do better. And also believe me, the country can be better. In fact, I've not given up hope. There's no how I will give up hope
at all
on my country, right? I cannot. So we stay positive, hoping that things will turn around. But this goes beyond staying just positive. This goes beyond praying to God. God, please, pray, help us, our city, prayer is fantastic. And I'm a Christian. I pray a lot for my country. But beyond that, like I said earlier, let's get our PVC. It starts from there. Get your voter's card ready so that you will be able to vote. That is very important, right? And then you as an individual, right, if there are areas you are contributing to the injustice in this country or to the crime rate in this country, it is very, very important that you remove your hands from there. It is very, very important that you tell yourself the truth. If such was done to you, how would you feel? Same thing you are doing to someone else. So we should advise ourselves as individuals. And then talking about stakeholders, in fact, this period, based on this kidnapping, I saw a lot of influencers, I saw a lot of people on social media, lending their voices, speaking about the high rate of insecurity, because nobody is safe at the end of the day. So if you think because it has not gotten to your doorstep today, that means you are free. My brother, my sister, it is not true. At all. Anything can happen. If you don't, on your own, exonerate yourself. If you have this, because at the end of this day, these people or these perpetrators, let me say, or these kidnappers, they are coming from a family, right?
Yes.
They have people or their community members that knows them. If you know any of these people, you can call them out. You may not put your name out there, but you can still report them, right? But unfortunately, sometimes we may not even get justice. But let's still keep saying it. But the first thing is your PVC. Don't allow anybody to buy you this time around.
Yes.
I am not telling you who to vote. Vote your conscience. But at the end of the day, get your PVC. But don't allow anybody to buy you. with any gift items, bag of rice.
They don't even give bag of rice. They just give small quantity of rice and 1 carton of Indomie.
That's crazy.
And you are more than that. You are what more than
for
that?
For another how many years?
Another year.
Oh, I'm not campaigning for anybody, but please, let's do the right thing this time, right? And don't be used as agents of distraction or carrying ballot boxes or, you know, constituting nuisance or something during this upcoming election, right? Or becoming electoral talks or something. Please tell them no, okay? And then stay safe wherever you are. Most importantly, anywhere you're going as an individual, let someone
other people know.
Yes, let someone know. Don't sneak. Gone are those days when you sneak out of the house. You don't want your parents, don't want people to monitor you. You're on your own. Let people know where you are going to, and then reach out from time to time. Okay, I've gotten to my destination. I am XYZ place. When necessary, turn on your live location or share your live location with people, right, that you can trust. Unfortunately, you know, fortunately rather, there must be someone that you should be accountable to, right?
Yes.
So you should do that and prioritize your own safety at the end of the day. That is what I can say. And then stakeholders, the CSOs, NGOs, social enterprises, people in development sectors, we have been doing a lot, and even some of the government parastatals, they are also trying. So keep up the good work, and then we hope for a better country.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. So thank you very much, everyone, for watching and for joining us today. Thank you so much, Miss Esther.
You're welcome.
Yes.
Thank you for having me.
Yes. You know, as we usually do, if you have any comment or you have any topic you want us to talk about, please drop it in the comment section. Remember to subscribe, like, and share. Stay safe, guys. Bye.
Bye.